Hey folks, Riley here from the Awesome Players Off-Road Motorcycle Club. And as you can see, I'm sitting here in my garage with my Husqvarna hat and this awesome Traction E-Rag motocross jersey on. Now, if you buy a brand new Husqvarna motorcycle, you can get one of these hats for only $25 additional. And before I explain to you how I got this amazing shirt, why don't we set the time machine back to when the Awesome Players first began. One day, a bunch of us woke up and realized we had all these big, heavy adventure bikes, and we hadn't been getting them dirty. So we started heading out to the local sand pit, and we started trying to learn how to ride them. We made a lot of mistakes, and we fell a lot, and we had a lot of fun, and we did learn some things. Then we hit the trail, and we went to a few events, and we even did a few training days. Those training days were just little one-day events that were almost free, where you had one instructor with a big group of riders. It's not that we didn't learn anything, but there wasn't a lot of time, and there certainly wasn't a lot of one-on-one instruction. The years go by, and we start to consider ourselves, I would say, intermediate level riders. We make it up the hills, and we're making it through the mud and the water, and in our own minds we're doing pretty well. And of course, the key thing is we're still having a lot of fun. Yay! That's why it was very interesting when I received an email from Dallas, who runs the Traction E-Rag crew. This is an organization that puts on riding events and training programs in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. They've always had a focus on the enduro side of things, but decided to get into the adventure segment when they realized that there were a lot of riders with these big, expensive adventure bikes who hadn't really mastered the basics of off-road riding. We all watch the videos of these incredibly talented riders taking these T7s and BMW GSs and big KTMs and everything else under the sun and riding them like motocross or trials bikes. I think that actually plays a big part in the purchasing decisions that people make and their expectations of what they're going to be able to do when they buy these machines. Like many people, I myself bought into this. I had my trusty F800 GS as my first bike that I really took off-road. I enjoyed that experience, but it was a lot of hard work and it was very intimidating. The bike was heavy, and at least initially, I was very worried about damaging it. So now back to the crew at the E-Rag. They've come up with a course where you show up in British Columbia, they take you out to their training area, they supply all the bikes, they feed you incredibly well.
This is Pacific Salmon, affectionately known as Awesome Food Night.
And they have a curriculum specifically for people on adventure bikes that brings them back to the basics on small, much more manageable bikes. And the bonus is you get to drop and flog someone else's machine while you learn. So full disclosure here, they invited me to try out this course in the hopes that I would spread the word. And since the course takes place half an hour from where my father lives and I was out there visiting him, it worked out perfectly. The format is interesting. Everyone gets picked up at Kamloops Airport. Then a short shuttle bus ride takes you to the training camp, which is about half an hour away. The camp is rustic but comfortable. I was in a two-man cabin and my roommate turned out to be my buddy Zach. Zach is a longtime Canadian motorcycle journalist. You can see his byline on a lot of the writing on the ADV Rider website. The rest of the participants varied in age from their 20s to slightly over 60, and other than Zach and I, none of them really had any real off-road riding experience, except for one woman who ran her own basic skills school down in the States. The daily routine was to wake up and meet around the campfire. The campfire was the town square of this whole operation, and you would start your days there and finish your days there. You would start with an amazing breakfast. I'll talk more about the food later, but every meal was simply fantastic. Then you had quite a bit of time to leisurely get ready, and at 9 o'clock we were off to the training area.
How's everyone feeling?
Hey, we're just scared to be yelled at. That's why we're here, sir. We don't want to get yelled at.
You're off to a good start.
If you were late, you would meet one of the instructors, Tim, but he's better known by his nickname, Satan. Needless to say, you don't want to be late.
You're fragile. Come on now.
It was a 5-minute ride to this beautiful meadow in the mountains, and that's where the morning training would take place. The training was a mix of classroom, with Dallas teaching, while demonstrations were performed by one of the other instructors.
Exactly the opposite of what you learn on the road.
Then it was out into the field to practice what you had just heard. They really started with the basics. Static balance, body position, and clutch control. And it was a workout. It was interesting that at the very basic skills like balance, some of the least experienced were just as good as the more experienced. I actually kind of sucked at this. Everybody was sweating bullets and was very fatigued by the time lunch came around. Lunch would be homemade sandwiches and pretty much any snack you can imagine, once again back at camp around the fire. In the afternoon, as a reward for all your hard work, we would go trail riding. The trail riding was tailored to the experience level of the group. Sometimes the group would be split into two so that you could decide based on how you were feeling which route you wanted to take.
Keep it going, Collecting people over here, you good?
Then it would be back to base for a hot shower in their funky shower house where you looked out of the stall and there was no glass. You just saw right down into the valley, which was pretty cool. Then an amazing dinner. Once again, I'll just talk a bit more about the food. All the meals were fantastic, and after a day or so, we all really started to look forward to mealtime. After dinner, everyone would gather around the fire, talk about the day's activities, and hit the sheets early. Zach and I were usually the last ones up, and we were always in bed by 8:30. As the week progressed, the exercises got more and more advanced. There were exercises on how to properly position your body when you were standing, and how to position your body when you were seated going around sharp corners. We did figure eights at slow speed at full steering lock, or at least we tried.
You gotta look! You gotta look!
We did figure eights seated at a more sporting pace. To keep things interesting, there were games. Slow races where I did quite well, and then Dallas blew my cover and let everyone know that I'd been riding for many years, which made my accomplishment seem not quite so amazing. We played motorcycle limbo to encourage people to get their bodies off the seat and move around on the bike, which was fun.
It's the ghost move! It's the ghost move!
A group favorite was Shark Tank. 4 of the instructors would form a square, and we all had to ride around in that square, with the last rider to put a foot down being the winner. To make it more interesting, the square would shrink as the instructors walked towards the center. You could also kick another rider out by slapping his rear fender with your right hand. Once again, it was nice to be on someone else's machine when this all went wrong. It was a great format. You did the majority of the work when you were at your freshest in the morning, had a break for lunch, and then you got to hit the trails where you could apply what you had learned in the beautiful area surrounding the camp. The staff was amazing. Everybody was an avid motorcyclist, from Allison, who was preparing all the fantastic meals, to Jason, who was the camp manager. The instructors were approachable, knowledgeable, and of course, great riders.
That's it, good!
The whole vibe was focused but fun. Lots of joking around and ribbing between students and staff alike.
Look at Satan's nuts. Not $1 for every time I heard that.
If you're enjoying all of this amazing footage, I can't take credit. Pro cameraman Nick was there that week and was shooting with all of his gear and his drone.
We're scratching the surface. We're scratching the surface.
Dallas was the main guy as far as instruction went. He kind of gives off a little bit of a Johnny Depp in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas vibe, coupled with your favorite teacher from high school. His lessons were well thought out and always funny. Then there was Max, who led our afternoon rides. Tim, aka Satan, was also great and was there to make sure everyone was on time. The youngest member of the crew was Justin, aka Georgia. who at one point put on a demonstration of what these little Hondas could do when they let him loose on the course around the meadow. It was amazingly impressive what that bike could do in the right hands. Dallas and his team have created a curriculum tailored to the adventure rider who needs to develop his basic skills. And because there are quite a few instructors, for not that many students, the course itself is tailored individually based on your skill level and your fitness level. I can say that the least experienced and the most experienced all worked just as hard. One of the most amazing things was seeing how much some of the people with little to no experience progressed during that week. On the last day, we did a quick training on practical wheelies in the morning, and then the whole day was dedicated to going on a trail ride. By this point, everyone was feeling much more comfortable on these bikes, and we tackled some varied terrain, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. The meal for the Last Supper was the pièce de résistance. It was a Mennonite Mexican meal that was simply delicious, and if you want to know what that means, I guess you're going to have to come to the course. The good folks at ERAG have invited me back to do the course again in June. So if you're watching this before June 2025, you have the opportunity to come down the week of June 8 and ride with me. These courses fill up early, so don't wait too long. I'll put the link down in the description. I find it funny that in so many hobbies like golf or tennis, people have no problem spending lots of money on instruction. But we adventure motorcyclists tend to cheap out. We spend tons of money on Gore-Tex jackets and helmets and intercoms and certainly on big, expensive machines, but we don't spend as much money as we should on training. Since this is kind of a big ticket item, if you'd like more information about it or if you'd like to speak to me about it, I'll put up my email address. You can contact me, and if you'd like, we can even arrange to have a chat via Zoom or something like that. Doing this course got me thinking about my riding. At the beginning of my adventure bike career, I was focused on learning how to ride. Since then, I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it. This course opened my eyes to the fact that I should be spending a lot more time and energy on becoming a better rider. It's made me commit to the idea that every year I will get some training. Not necessarily with the ERAG guys, but some training somewhere. Dallas said on more than one occasion that he is training people to be better off-road riders, but he's also giving people skills that could save their lives. I certainly think that's money well spent. Now I'll add one caveat here. If you are the rider who was born on a motocross bike who can do a 2-kilometer long wheelie and you can jump 24-inch logs without breaking a sweat, this course is not for you. But the good news is they have plenty of other courses and trips for the more hardcore enduro crowd, so check those out on the ERAG website. At the end of the week, Dallas had a little sit down with every participant, and when I sat down with him and he asked me what my biggest takeaway was, I actually said it was kind of regret, because I realized if I'd had this kind of training way back in the beginning of my adventure biking career, things would have gone a lot smoother. So once again, thanks for joining me on another little adventure of the Awesome Players Off-Road Motorcycle Club, and maybe I'll see some of you in June. Once again, thanks for watching.